All right. Welcome back to Rochelle. Let's get started for today's read through. Sorry, it's been a while. I tried to remember which one. All right. The cicadas are noisy, even in this heat. Those guys are always giving it their all. Even so, what am I going to do from now on? With the roasting sun above the roof, there weren't many places I could go to cool down. I tried peeking into a nearby classroom, but as I feared, there was a class in session. Year 1, Class E. Machiko sensei is teaching in there. I was never able to initiate even a superficial exchange with her. It was all too normal. Now she's a stranger. Anyway, if I keep loitering in the hallway, someone's going to find me. In the vacant cafeteria, I bought a meal ticket. To the club room, Tomoki was reading a manga magazine. We made small talk. In the middle of it, Mama passed by and we panicked. After he moved on,
危ない危ないカーテンつけた方がいいですよね禁止されてんだよ学校もよくわかってるよな
got an idea. I'm well aware of what you both think of me, but this is no stupid joke. This is a seriously good idea.
どんなんです
Tomoki, start up the machines and get me a digital camera. How does that look?
カムフラージュか
I taped a full color print titled Empty Room to the inside of the window glass. The viewing angle is a little off, but it's enough to fool passing glances.
これならバレないかも
I was so proud. The Miyuki returned from the bathroom. How was the bathroom? She cried.
トイレだなんて一言も言ってないのに
If you come back wiping your hands on the handkerchief, anyone can figure it out.
だからさ気がついても言わないでくださいよ
No good, no good. You're too full of openings. You can't have too many openings nor too few.
何の基準なんだ
Guidelines for a proper lady.
なりたくないですよ
I was amazed. What a loose thing to say. You need punishment. Punishment, punishment, punishment. I circled Miyuki while making noises. Miyuki was afraid. Damn this plain girl. That plainness only stroked my fire. Punishment, punishment, punishment. So I slowly flipped her skirt.
おいおい
If thou art wearing woolen panties, thy sins may be forgiven. However, if you are insolently wearing something like thin shorts, then...
ちょや
This voice.
ーこの女の敵
Was that an axle kick from behind? Yes, it was. My consciousness slowly muddled. Then it revived the moment before departing. If I had passed out, I wouldn't have felt the sharp pain of banging my face into the floor. That hurts. Go high. Her glaring eyes forced me to take cover.
どっちが悪いのか一目瞭然ですからあなたは通りすがりの転入生
Oh, this doesn't seem to be painted, Tomoki.
頼むから僕が仲間であるかのように話しかけないでくれ
Tomoki coldly distanced himself from me. Damn you, you hypocrite! Whatever. Hey, Kohai, tell me your name before I send you to your grave.
しか
You're replacing me?
果てしなくバカだね先生に報告しますから
Oh, sensei. I wonder what sensei you intend to upset Oezu-san?
誰にでもだってこんなのセクハラじゃない。
クロスと知り合ってまだ間もないけど、セクハラという単語を聞く回数が飛躍的に増えて嬉しいよ。ありがとう。
Don't mention it, my friend. It is a natural virtue.
ほどうとスカートめくろうとするなんて最低。
Oh, aren't you high and mighty? So, are you going to tell that to the teachers?
そうよ。
Now, I wonder if our heroine Chan of Justice has thought about this. Why would I be flipping someone's skirt slowly in front of the witnesses in broad daylight?
単に反応を楽しみたかっただけや。
Mid-level straight punch. And why this discipline board chairman Shima Tomoki made no effort to stop me?
はい。
まさか。
It can, and it is. That is to say, I possess the greatest authority within this institution. Right, Tomoki?
だからこっちに振るなと。
あんたたち
おい、僕は違うぞ。
許さない。絶対許さない。
そもそも風紀委員ってのが違うだぼ。
Mid-level straight punch. I stuck my hand into my pocket, closed my eyes as if meditating, and with the bearing of a villain. That is to say, I possess the greatest authority within this institution. My eyes flashed open along with the ending of the final word.
それさっき言った。使いどころが少し早すぎたんじゃないかな、さっきの。
群青学院にはいじめはないって聞いてたのに。いじめられていたわけではないので。あの人たちはいつもああなんです。
タチって。
Tomoki was a nerve. People. I was a nerve.
お前がげんなりする理由がどこにあるんだよ。
No hypocrite.
僕だって違う。
You think that'll work? During that struggle,
素味マキャベリスト。
Siska murder incident,
低学歴低収入。
Earth debris.
株の敗残者。
Don't talk about my stocks.
仲間割れを。
お前だって人のことシスコンオナニーのプロとかあちこちで吹聴しただろう。
Bro, what the fuck? You said it. You said it in front of girls. And everyone,
それ
rejoice.
からたまにプロとか呼ばれるようになったんだぞ。
But it's the truth.
こっちだって事実だ。
Damn you.
何よ。
And then, we both self-destructed. We both collapsed face up in the hallway.
保健室行きますか。
What about this Seiki no Mikata?
さくらきり正義の味方じゃない。
She said while looking down at us.
そしてあなたたちも悪なんて美意識のあるものじゃないことが分かった。
Tomoki exploded abundantly.
僕は関係ないのに太一のせいで僕まで。
Tomoki curled up like a beetle larva.
いいもう引きこもる。
He was sobbing.
そこまで。この子もいいって言うし、その無様さに免じて今回だけは見逃してあげます。
When my body can move again, I'll remember what you did to me, Kitty. Kitty sneered.
どうぞご自由に。
That was how I met Sakura Kitty. I found a virgin stooping down on the way back to my classroom. It's Miki. Yamanobe Miki. Hey, Miki stood up. Nimble movements. She turned around slowly.
わあ、先輩。どうも。
She raised her head and greeted me. Miki gave no indication of being any different. A slight incongruity. Was Miki really this strong? It was in her nature to begin with, but she seemed to be an extra year or two more robust now. That's what it felt like. What are you doing?
掃除です。
I'm done cleaning too.
表面的な言葉遊びで掃除と掃除とか言いますか。
Still no, cleaning and geometrically similar and farewell speech are all pronounced shoji, but spelled with different kanji. Oh, it's one of those. I didn't say those things.
なぜ怒るです。なぜ黙るです。
Don't rush me when I don't have a comeback.
勝った。
She was robust. I thought of something. I cleared my throat. I've cleaned humanity.
貴様が犯人か。
Ha! We fought each other. Hiya! Ho! Ha! Oh! One attack hit me in the torso. She's strong. To hit me. The one who mastered karate. Oh my. I got a little bit serious. One of her plethora legs raised above her hips. I thought about going after her dominant leg, but then I glimpsed her bare panties. Attack cancelled. For manly Tai Chi, there is no choice so effeminate as not looking at panties offered right before me, before my eyes. I like how there was no option. There's no option here. Well, nope, none. I dropped my hips and lowered my line of sight. The kick came. I readied a karate-style mid-level block. Between my arms, her fingernails softly penetrated my guard. Huh? Impossible. I hit her the jaw. Ah! I was speechless. Huh?
あ、よかった。気がつきましたか？
How long was I out?
1分経ってないですよ。
Did I lose to Miki? I hit my knee.
でも、すごく油断してらしたじゃないですか。
No. That was because there were no other choices for me. It probably would have been the same even if my life had been at stake.
パンツに命よ。
I wagged my finger. Seeing panties currently being worn by an inexperienced girl in real life.
違うんだ。
As if. Watch this! My loving fingers grabbed the edge of my beloved pupil's skirt, but her fingers got in the way. Ha! You blocked it! Shock. Tell everyone you earned your license. I grabbed my knees and curled up like a fried shrimp. With that, I'll retire. Yes.
しゆとか言うし。
She rocked me back and forth.
師匠、元気出してくださいよ。
I'm sure you guys know this term, so I'm not gonna read that. It's okay. I'll go into seclusion.
また始まったよ、この人。全然なのにな。
What? I asked like a Frenchman.
みんな普通なのに。
Her voice was shaking unexpectedly. Miki!
ほら、こんなに手が震えてます。
Her open hands were sweating and seemed numb from cold. Wait, give me a split second. I need to adjust the volume from my end. No, it's just that cross channel really has a low volume. God damn, man. Oh well. Almost as if she was afraid. Why?
それはもう先輩のプレッシャーみたいっぽいやつに当てられて小心者のミキはビビりまくりなわけですよ。だから元気出してください。
Is she comforting me? Her weird behavior bugs me, but isn't she getting fluffy? Okay, then why don't we tell everyone about your license? I punched my palm. Take out your notebook.
ああ、あれですか。なんか久々ですね。
She made a truly pained face. In fact, she seems like she's about to cry. About to cry. What is that line repeating? I thought it through compoundly. Miki took out her mate book. That's what they call the notebook, which also doubles as the school's identification card, and as the #1 popular high-class public bathhouse available behind the train station of the city. Why is it called that? It's really just a coincidence. By the way, I don't understand why there's stuff like that going on. What's wrong? She's crying. It seems, in fact, it seems like she's crying. Why is the text like this? I know this translation has a lot of issues, but like stuff like this, at least there's no typo. But like, what the hell is this? I don't know. Maybe that has like some purpose, but like it's not so obvious to me. Anyway, I thought that compoundly as well. Okay. Maybe it's in connection because he's thinking compoundly. Maybe you know what? I don't know. So you were receiving quite a shock about the world becoming like this. There was a slight benefit.
そうですね。そうかも。
You would be. It surprised me too.
先輩も
Yeah. Now, there will never be an opportunity for me to meet any new virgins at the ages of 13 or 15.
そっちかい。
It is. I took her notebook from her. You never used up your notebook, Miki. It's falling apart.
ボロボロ。
Wait, you nearly used up. Okay. Miki meaninglessly repeated my words as a form of agreement. As I flipped through the pages, I found my very large signatures already scribbled in the margins. This continued over several pages. It was as if she was collecting my signatures. I found a blank page and wrote in a new signature. This has been how we played with one another for a long time now, for our own sakes. I returned her notebook. Miki took it and held it to her chest, tightly, as if embracing her lost soul. I even wiped away some of her tears. Ah, I'm a gentleman.
どうも。
It was nothing. I looked around the hallway. Still, gleaming of all things.
体動かしていた方が落ち着くかなって。
Says your flip her skirt. What the hell, man? My hand naturally stretched toward the smiling girl's skirt. I must have penetrated a blind spot because Miki neither budged nor lost her smile. For some reason, I heard the door opening. The truth was, to the 2.5 billion, currently 3 billion men on Earth, that was an unlocked mystic door. A secret domain only allowed to be peeked upon by that portion of humanity kicked into the floor and ground by unhappy destiny. That's a very sexy design of a panty for a girl who's supposedly like in her first year. I'm not gonna think about it too much, but it's anyway. But while it was such a priceless thing, it was also the entrance that all cherry teens had to pass through in order to become sweet or sour, binding young adults. However, that door was not a rectangular one. Rather, it was a triangular one. A lol. Taishi's notation, a subtype of lol. It refers to an American-style laugh. I have no idea what the fuck that even means. Americans always laugh after telling a joke, no matter how bad it is. Okay. Anyway, and because they have truly bizarre habits, this laugh is also naturally used after a particularly distasteful bantering with the unthinkable intent of being masochistic.
しまった。
Her lips maintained a smile as they tightened. Sorry, my hand unconsciously.
いえ、うっかりしていた私が悪いのです。
It may not be my place to say this, but that lingerie is very sexy. Onishan is really surprised in a good way. Yeah, this is really, really sexy. Like, not even like normal sexy. This is like you go to a fucking sex store sexy lingerie. Like you know how normal lingerie looks like. They almost look like this, but then I noticed the slit there, and I was like, yeah, this is like times. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna talk about this.
恐縮です。いつ手を離していただけますでしょうか。
That that underwear. Mickey's clean underwear. Delta clean body is on its color, tightly covering like this kitten-chan is. What the fuck? My thoughts scattered into 1,000 pieces.
さあ、それ以上は精神的にも危険ではありませんでしょうか。
No, it's impossible. This hand is fossilized as if it's no longer mine. This cannot be opened and closed as easily as a child opening his front door with copies of the house key. Still, it's beautiful.
ありがたきお言葉。そろそろお話しいただければ幸いです。
I like how she's talking in a polite manner. It's kind of obvious they're still playing along. They're still playing along, even though he flipped her skirt, and no figurine will ever be able to reproduce this lifelike freshness. Not even Sakikibara Kiyoshi, who remains a professor despite being a first-rate modeler whose very name sends shockwaves through the Bishojo figurine world, would be able to make one.
殺すぞ。
Eeh, are those eyes serious? They were the eyes of Hunter. I let go. But you see, you are wearing something very adult right now. I changed to Keigo. This is polite speech, by the way.
ええ、まあ。
Miki blushed a little.
水とか出ないんで洗濯とかできないですし、お店に行けば新しいのはありますし。
And why is the underwear that you chose? Why is the new pair of underwear that you choose a sexy pair? Well, you know, maybe you know, it's in a world where basically everything already ended, or at least it seemingly ended. You know, you kind of go, fuck it. I'm just gonna try out this thing that I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to try out. I don't know, man. It feels like you know, you have nothing to lose at that point, I guess. Anyway, and they're free. So, you came here with a sexy pair you normally couldn't buy.
はい。
Just how should I tell her? Is this something I should just leave alone? You know, Mikirin. Okay, you guys know this.
ミキリンです。何ですか？
That underwear. I happen to know a little about it. You know, it's called toy underwear, also known as open shorts or hunty shorts. Yeah, this is the thing I was talking about. It's not normal lingerie. It's the stuff used by, you know, someone's about to you know, it's deliberately worn to get your partner ready, you know, excited and shit like that. That's so.
Huh?
For adults, it's a toy. It's underwear. I put my fingers together nervously. I mean to say, well, in other words, it has a slit in the secret location so you can have sex without taking it off. These could be called a kind of a shortcut. I raised my index finger and shot her a perfect smile. And she ran away. She disappeared into the bathroom for a minute. She came back. I think you probably procured that underwear from Atomics Goods, the old Kimura variety store, since they sell normal and adult underwear right next to each other. Isn't it right next to the housing development? That's why their lineup is aimed at young housewives. Okay, so, it's more like it wasn't deliberate on her part. She probably thought it was normal. I shop at that store all the time. My teeth sparkled as I gave a thumbs up. She pushed down firmly on her crotch from the front and behind. Calm down. But if you coincidentally encountered a molester while wearing that, it might be problematic. Miki pushed against her crotch and stuffed her feet together. Shuffled her feet together. Now then, I wonder what would happen if Kitty-chan were to find out about this. I sucked on a fictional cigarette. If that fastidious Kitty were to know, would the flowers break up? She clung to my sleeve. To think, Miki was wearing such a perverted underwear. It's simply unclean. There will be no trading of lunches. Then, will you listen to my demands? Very well, then I command you. I placed my hand on her head. Miki shook slightly, but didn't resist. To do cleaning. No, I could hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Cleaning or rub. Oh, I might, I will have to remove something tonight then. I thought we were too early to encounter such things, but now we have reached that point. Okay, I had to remove that. It's been a while since I had to remove something from a video, huh? That split second, man. Oh shit. Sticking your face between someone's legs, then rubbing and rubbing. Like play, this word, when borrowed from the English, has a strong sexual connotation. Okay. Oh, I want to mafu you. Will you be hated by Kitty, or will you be mafu? Will it be war or peace? She raised her hand with teary eyes. So, you're going to choose cleaning. No, there's no mistake that it's cleaning, but the places you'll wash. Miki stooped forward. She read the narration for a fictional television program. I was kidding. Said I was kidding. Here's your mop. I handed it over. You do well to avoid the erotic. Miki was still looking at me blankly. Weren't you cleaning? She nodded. Well then, make haste to continue your cleaning. As you will. I did nothing. She only burned herself down, then pulled herself back up. I give you permission to fall in love with I, Korosu Taichi. God damn! Now then, I swept my bags aside. I've been a nuisance. That's right, Miki. I stood still. I forgot to tell her something important. She says the club activities are going to start up again soon. If you ever feel tightness within your heart, you should give it a go sometime, since that's what the club is there for. A glimpse of understanding slowly began to show on Miki's face. The light was mixed in there, along with other emotions as well. What's the option here? Go to the roof. Okujo. I killed some time. It became evening. I wonder if Senpai's still there. The temperature seemed to have loosened alongside with my memory. The indigo curtain I could see from the roof had already taken on a crimson tinge. There was no gust of wind blowing. A time of twilight, as quiet as a neuter cat. That's an interesting way to describe it. Anyway, no one's here. I looked around for Misato-senpai. She was lying beside the antenna. There she is. She's sleeping. Soft, regular breathing. That sound, which didn't even overcome the background noise, possessed a mysterious musical quality which numbed my thoughts. In, out. In, out. Gentle, harmless breathing. Her natural, undecorated form. It held no lies, no impurity. When sleeping, everyone returns to an innocent age. Jiro. Her closed eyes cannot behold the clarity of dust as it envelops the earth. For a long time, I watched Senpai with envy and admiration. I wonder how long I did that for. Her healthy breathing ceased, and her eyelids shuddered. Her long eyelashes twitched subtly. Her eyes opened slightly. You really are great, Senpai.
あれ
With her sense of language dulled, Senpai's voice was as artless as a child's. Ohayo,
クロスくん
I'm Peke.
ペケくん
The nickname she just recited is reserved only for Senpai's use.
嫌です寝顔見たら嫌
She covered her pupils with both arms, and her body wriggled faintly. Everyone wants to hide their defenseless form, and that desire to hide means there lies within one's normal self. So that also applies to Senpai. I cut out those cold thoughts. Senpai finally got up.
いつからいたんですか
Just now,
うーん
a suspicious look. It's true! I tried surrendering by raising both of my hands. I don't tell lies to Senpai. Anyway, it's dangerous to nod off in the middle of the day. You could dehydrate or get sunstroke.
そうですね
Bro, if they don't have water, well, there could be like tons of like bottled water. Because they only mentioned that plumbing wasn't working, so they could, still use some. There's probably some bottled waters. She held back a yawn. Her glasses were crooked. My hand moved. I took her glasses with both hands and gently repositioned them. Now Senpai is back to normal.
もう危ないな
Eh?
ペケくんのそういうところ危険です
I think she's a bit mad. What side? How so?
鏡を見て考えなさい
This girl's saying things that make me want to cry. You mean I'm ugly? You know I'm sensitive about that.
違いますって
Hideous. I'm hideous. Mommy.
違いますってば
Because I was born hideous.
だから
That's okay. I know I'm ugly. It's perfectly natural. I'm a disgusting man.
いやそんなことは確かに最初に会った時は驚かされましたけど最初に会った時は驚かされましたけど最初に会った時は驚かされましたけど最初に会った時は驚かされましたけどケくん
Yeah. I don't know how to make propulsion sounds.
ペケくんがおかしな具合に
My name is Creator, the existence which rules humanity.
ペケくんが20年前のゲームのボスみたいな陳腐な創造主に
Wherefore though thou disobey me, within my control thou shalt enjoy eternal peace.
質問が
What be it?
どうして不自然な擬語文で話すんですか
Go,
ごめんなさいやっぱいいです
Star Buster, ready to fire. Go for it. Where am I?
よかった。元に戻って。
How strange.
どうしました？
I was told something incredibly shocking, and I had a dream where I got revenge with the humanity annihilation bomb star Buster. But I can't remember the shock which motivated me to do so.
そんな爆弾だったのか。
What was it?
ペケ君は容姿のこと気にしすぎです。人間は心ですよ。
My looks? Ah, that's right.
最初に会った時は驚かされましたけど、ま
Oh,
た
Geronimo!
どう
Hikukiku.
しろと。
Senpai was flustered. Senpai! I tried hugging her. Daringly. Senpai's body stiffened for a moment. Her arms loitered in midair. It's not like I wanted to be born ugly. Which is why I'm trying to live cleanly to avoid bringing pain to others. Senpai's body gradually lost its
ペ
stiffness.
ケ君、
She held me softly. I buried my face into her full bosom. Buried it around and around. I could smell her sweet flesh, her uniform. I was getting dizzy. A hint of sweat. Strangely, that too was fragrant. And soft. Squishy to no end. My restless moving face must have been tickling Senpai.
あの
I continued pretending to cry.
ですからペケ君の容姿はともかく目はすごく深くて綺麗なので、
Hesitation. But that dissipated in an instant.
不意に近づかれるとドキッとしてしまうんですよ。
Are you sure?
だから鏡を見ろって言ったんですよ。もう泣き止んでくれますか？
I removed my face with a broken heart. Who knows when this kind of opportunity will come again?
泣き虫だったんですね。世話が焼けますね。
Burn them, my heart cried out. Scorch me to the
う
bone.
ちの弟にでもなっちゃいますか？
Yes, immediate decision. I hope our relationship as siblings shall blossom in the future. I'll get my things right away, so wait at your house.
はい。
But should I have a look around the place first? After all, I need to know whether siblings sleep in the same futon or not.
あのですね、ペケ君。
To be honest, I've always been lonely at night. Thank you, my Nessan. Yeah, you deserve to be called Himene-sama.
どうしよう。
Senpai whispered in the direction of the day after tomorrow. I'm kidding. Her expression became something unfriendly before my very eyes.
ペケ君。
I thought it would soften the mood. Was I wrong? I tried pretending I was about to cry again. A sigh.
もうずるい。
Not fair.
こっちの話です。
Although she seemed to be fuming a fair bit, I think she's forgiven me. Senpai truly is kind. As we wasted time, the night approached. Daylight hours ended, and the darkness came upon us. What's this? Help out. Anyway, what about the club?
まあ、
Senpai stared at me intensely.
手伝いに来てくれたんですか？
Hi.
そうですか。
Her quiet, hardened gaze wouldn't waver. Finally, Senpai's face formed a soft
あ
smile.
りがとうございます、ペケ君。
Do not thank me. It is merely my duty as a soldier of the Empire. I saluted. She
で
chuckled.
も残念ですが、今日はもう夜になってしまうのでした。楽しい部活の時間はおしまい。すいませんね。一人でやるって決めていたので、時間は流動的だったりするんです。
But can you really finish on your own? Especially with the wiring and such. Come to think of it, the power supply.
平気ですよ。 女は度胸です。
Then men are amorous. Senpai, I'm. As I edge closer to
部
her,
活終了。
go for it! With my face shoved by her hand, I became even uglier. And when I said "gafoot," I felt like I just sunk to the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
帰りましょう。と言いましても、あなたと私は帰る方向も正反対ですけれど。
Couldn't you be unsatisfied with this?
だって今日はとても楽しかったでしょ。
I wonder about that.
私の胸に顔をうずめてるとき、お尻触ってましたよね。グニグニってすごい触り方で、しかも両手で。くすぐったかったです。
I whistled in the direction of the day after tomorrow.
男の子。
She rubbed her fists all over my temple. That hurt. There was no chance of tricking her into stopping. I'm sorry.
さて、どうしたものやら。私もそのくらいの価値はある女だったってことですかね。それとも、ペケ君が無節操なだけですかね。
No. I may be a Komuso. Wait, Komuso. But I have standards. I can't believe you even thought of lumping me in with them. As I desperately tried to distract her, I threw out lame emergency gags. Senpai tilted her head up to the dense orange backdrop of the evening sky.
許してあげますから、帰って反省タイムです。
There's a lot to think about that, if you know what I mean.
さようならですよ、ペケ君。
As I left the school building, I looked out at the roof. The antenna was standing there. Beside it, Senpai still remained. She'd been working, even though it's almost night, by herself. This was the first time I realized that Senpai had always been gently rejecting anyone who offered her help. Even in the evening, the ground was hot. The heat penetrated the soles of my shoes, but it wasn't unbearable. Compared to the heat of the Kanto metropolis, clouds and dirt couldn't be more different. After all, there's a nice breeze. I can handle this temperature. That is, I could if I didn't have to keep climbing these hills. The din of the cicadas only further amplified the heat. Like a band that's only active during the summer, these guys take everything on one season. Eh? Someone fell over nearby. He made a dry sound against the ground, and stainless steel crutches fell down by his feet. What's this? A person had collapsed. I tried approaching him. Are you okay?
すいません、平気です。
At times like these, Japanese people always say they're fine. I couldn't be more sure whether that was true or not. I lost my temper. Are you really okay? Can you really be sure you're fine in an instant like that?
あ
That particular Japanese person felt pressured into nodding uncomfortably. For all we know, you could have multiple bone
あ、
fractures.
見るからに折れてないが。
I shall bring retribution down upon you for making light of humanity.
何の話だよ。まあ、とにかく怪我はないから。
He pulled himself up with a weary smile. I handed him his crutches.
あ、悪い。
Don't mention it. It's my fault anyway. Are you hurt?
ないみたいだ。
Using his crutches, he managed to regain some of his balance. One of his legs wasn't moving so well. Broken
だ
leg.
ったらいいんだけどな。
A calm, carefree smile. The face of a human who had toiled long and hard.
あれ、お前、その髪って。
This? I pinched my own bangs. It's no
い
wig.
や、疑ってないし。けど、染めたのか根元まで白いな。
Nope, this is natural.
へえ、真っ白じゃん。
That's right. My hair has always been pure white. Mashiro era simply pure white, by the way. Anyway, sorry, I just randomly remembered that. Anyway, a person once told me it was the color of the down feathers, not the white of senility. Snow white hair, which keeps its luster. White hair so natural is slightly disturbing. That's the biggest reason I draw people's eyes. The second biggest reason is the gap between that hair and my face. Damn it.
悪い。気にしてるのかな？
But this guy was good. He knows how to be considerate. So I'll be considerate as well. Oh no, not at all. It used to. A bit. But since I'm in that school,
ああ、群青学院？
yeah.
俺もそこに通うんだよ。
He cracked a wide smile. Oh, how old are you? The Japanese guy gave his date of birth. He's the same age as me. And maybe a friend. I hope we get along. Get along well. Wait, if they're attending the same school, how come he hasn't encountered a guy with a white hair? You know, there's only one person with a hair like that. And of course, one guy with golden hair as well. But, you know, everyone has normal hair. Should be. I don't know, man. There's literal girls with blonde hair. I don't know, man.
こっちこそ、いろいろ教えてくれよ。俺、足が片方あんま動かなくてさ。
I see.
精神的なものなんだよ。怪我はずっと前に治ってる。
That's a pain. Since
ず
when?
っと前。まあ、天然物だな。ほら、太さが違うだろ。
He rolled up his jeans, showing me both ankles. Wow! Amazing!
全然使わないからさ、筋肉がなくなってんだ。
That's bad. Go train it.
ほとんど動かないんだって。一応手動でちょっとやってるけど、面倒でさ。
Hey, hey.
ジョークジョーク。
So, your wheeler self-depreciating gags. I can't take this man's arrival lightly.
なんだよそれ。あの学校、いいとこだといいな。
That's good. For those like us.
そりゃいいや。
There are a lot of cute girls.
マジっすか？
Though you can't hold a decent conversation with the majority of them. By the way, before I continue, I'm wondering why we're repeating this scene almost line per line. You know, like I know it's color browns just to be like a flash, just to say it's a flashback, but like it's scene per scene. It's line per line. I mean, like I wish there was like an obvious difference or something. Anyway, I mean I get the point, but like. You know. Let's continue. Especially Machiko sensei. She's the best.
名前だけでいいな。早く見て。
When we get the chance, I'll let you see my treasured Machiko sensei album. It's rank A.
永久？最高ランクか？
No, there's an S above it.
うわ、俺と一緒の分け方だ。
You too? What's with this guy matching me so naturally?
オッケー。なんとかやっていけそうな気がしてきた。
Kunjo is a magnanimous, delicious, and erotic place.
やっべえ、エロいか。そりゃますますお盛んな人生が開けてきた。
Go for it.
ああ、行くぜ。っていうか、初めて会った気しね。
I also have a feeling I'll need to settle a score with you someday,
受けて立ってやるよ。
he said with confidence.
その前に、まちこ先生のデータくれな。
Very well, comrade in arms. We may not be of the same race, but I wish you good luck.
いや、お前も日本人だろ？
And that's how I met Shinkawa Yutaka. There was a note left on top of the table. There might be dinner. Yay, I'm going. I then had to make it myself. I took 3 minutes to change, then went to her house without delay. Dinner was quite delicious. I lit the candle. The solid glimmer shone upon inside of the room. I like candles. The raw flame captivated me. The wavering flame captured my soul as I watched it, allowing me to doze on forever and ever. I once burned my bangs doing that. That was just 3 minutes ago. It burned. Damn it. I wanted to cry. But now, for my diary. I opened up the bulky notebook. A record of one's life is a precious thing. I went to school. Even though all of humanity was gone, everyone showed up. Since there weren't any classes, we all hung around idly. Toko was especially harsh today. Maybe she's getting nervous because she can't fully grasp the situation. Okay, so this is at least this scene is a little different. So what about those things like the notes and stuff? Did he like left that note and you know he just like I don't know, man. I don't even know how he's eating. Like a lot of things no longer function anymore. But like, um, it's almost as if he's reminiscing his life before, and then he tries to work in the same old routine, like the first part of the story. But like, I don't know. Then you get the scene. You know, he's actually detailing his actual thoughts about the whole thing that's going on. But you know that the scenes before, it's as if he's trying to act as if nothing happened. Anyway, Mimi Senpai has had her club on the roof. She was constructing the abandoned antenna. It's not something you can simply put aside and come back to once in a while. It's painful work, but it's that pain that saves Senpai. As I walked down the hallway, Miki was doing some cleaning. Is Miki doing her cleaning the same way that Senpai is running her club? I don't know. Did I force Miki to wake up to the reality of this critical situation? Humanity's annihilation? I also got hit by one of Miki's attacks. This is a great situation, Mr. Principal. But seeing my pupil become more skilled does make me happy. The day she'll surpass her master draws near. A lot of other stuff happened too, but overall it was a good day. I had a dream in which Sakuraba pushed me down. Too surreal. In the first place, that guy wouldn't have the nerve to throw someone down like that. Breakfast had already been prepared. There was a note. Eat your fill before leaving. Mutsumi Oba-san made being beautiful her career. She was also a great cook. Although she's so busy that she rarely comes home. I lowered my head. Then I took her up on that offer, washing down a bulky sandwich with vegetable juice. There was no time to waste. I covered the rest in plastic wrap and stuck it in my pocket. I'll eat it on the way. After walking for a while, Sakuraba screamed from close by. His scream was overlapped with a dog's bark. Together they faded into the distance. That explains it. I was sedated. Then there was... Ohayo. She bowed her head down. This pretty girl named Yusa-chan lives nearby. Upper Misaka is a good town. Hurry Pan was shaking in Yusa-chan's hands. She's too cute for words. We started walking together. This isn't the first time or anything. After all, we go to the same school. Behind us, I heard a husky voice say, Hanbe pun at school. It was Yusa-chan's mom. Have fun at school, okay. She's a bit on the heavy side, but since she seems to enjoy her life every single day, it's probably fine. A pretty girl born to an ordinary family. Her only fault was being too unfamiliar with how the world works. As the male senpai closest to Yusa-chan, the duty I'm charged with isn't small. As she waved back her hand, her face held no sign of a rebellious phase. And then again, it's possible that she doesn't have her primary sexual characteristics. It's extremely natural for a man to think of wanting to stain that solid white canvas with his own color. But after a year of average classes, her height had gotten... Nai Yusa-chan, with her faltering polite speech, held a purity which glittered more than any precious gem, sending me on the razor's edge as to whether or not I should succumb to the filthy deluge. I'm well aware that repeating those painful words and wavering thoughts makes me a pedophile. Seriously, I am. In any case, I'm wavering. Yes. Like the bag of a curry bread. Curry pan in Yusa-chan's hands. That's curry pan. She leaned back and forth as we walked, holding up her hands like a ghost, continuing on as if flaunting something. Is that breakfast? Yeah, who was here? No, there were only traces. Well, not by the time I got there. So, she's trying to feed the chimp. The chimp. That's because Combat hates that guy. That thing's amazing. He can pull out any stake you tie him to using only his raw strength. He goes out when he wants and comes back when he wants. That's how we know he's a real hoodlum.
極道
He's got a pretty stout build these days, since he's got a military blood in him. In human terms, I guess you could say his parents returned well aged from war. And yet, he'll only attack Sakuraba.
不思議です
It is, Fushigi. We walk on at a comfortable
これどう
pace.
したらお腹空いてますか
Should we eat half each? We ate the karipan together. Have you gotten used to school?
まだちょっと
How's the bullying?
全然ないですよかったです
Guess you would be. The one and only Gunjo Institute. A first class Gunjo. If anything happens, go ahead and stop them by saying, I have a lot of acquaintances in the advanced classes. Yes, I do. She seems super happy.
まあですなすとか言いませんけど
He's embarrassed. I used to tease her a little. I guess it still bothers her. Didn't you get Sakakibara sensei? He's a good teacher. You'll do fine. Though with his hobby of collecting Bishoujo figures, he's on the verge of oblivion. I'm already past that point, guys.
どうもクラスのみんなも一生懸命生きてて私楽しいです
I see.
お母さんもいてくれるし
Indeed. But doesn't she tend to stand out? I mean, she's a source of peace in your life.
それと
Hmm?
先生が交換日記しろって
I once had a class that did that. Exchange homework or something. I failed to find a particular partner in my class, so I did it with someone from the advanced class.
私もあぶれました
Eh?
うち奇数なんで
Why is she the girl with the odd she's the odd one out. Kind of makes you think. Then can't you do it with sensei?
いやそれでです
Oh, no. She intended it. Oh, yeah, I remember. I damn remember now what's going on. She rummaged through her book bag and pulled out the notebook.
太一さんにお願いできませんか
A colorful green notebook. It had a slight mint fragrance. Sure, I'll do it. I shouted and threw both fists into the air. What's wrong, miss?
いいですかもっとよく考えなくて
Of course, I'm
あっ
sure.
さり
That notebook's the diary. Have you already written the first entry?
はいいろいろと
A lot of stuff? Iro-iro? A lot of stuff about about a prepubescent pretty girl. That reprimandable string of words easily corrupted me. But in front of Yusa-chan, I had to put on a mask so that she'll like me. I call it rationality's last stand. The second time I read this, it's still like that. I can't wait. I made a flourish of brushing aside my bangs. The girl's gaze closely followed my white hair. I realized she was looking all over my hair and face. Cut the thing of it. I heard her say there was a beautiful white-haired prince in a certain Cobalt novel. She's spoken about him heatedly. Now that I think about it, do I give off the image of a prince? That would be nice. No, my face. It's worthless. In the end, it's nothing more than hope.
ちょっと恥ずかしいです
I won't laugh at things you wrote seriously. Oh, did I score high points just now? Miki tends to make me out to be a much younger person than I am, so I've failed at this before. I was broken to the core because of that. Now, I'm nothing more to her than someone to play with. Shit. It hurts more the farther I look back on it. This time I'm going to do it right, and with a bit of luck, I'll have an individual serving of a pretty virgin, meaning unclear. Gentlemanly rationality. May I take it, Fräulein?
フロイライン
Summer, oops. I spat out a phrase of admonition regarding eternal summers in response to my impulsive usage of difficult word. It means a cute ojo-san. I gently wiped the girl's tears.
どうしたんです私の目に何かついてましたか
She hadn't been crying. It means a lovable ojo-san.
え
I calmly redefined it. Yusa-chan's expression disappeared as if it had been washed off, and then her face took on a color of shame benefiting roses in full bloom. Actually, it didn't. She sneezed. It was an unclean sneeze.
ごめんなさい。
That last was certainly not an innocent amorous brought up by rubbing of her most sensitive parts. Her eyes fell down to focus on a certain thing, and she was slightly shocked. A bridge had been built between me and Yusa-chan. On one end on my uniform, right around the stomach. The other end was Yusa-chan's nose. Sumari, a bridge of mucus. The high viscosity fluid stretched into a suspension bridge. This is my reasoning. At the moment of the sneeze, a mucus bullet fired faster than the Shinkansen, that's true, hit my uniform. The girl who formed a bullet from that strongly adherent fluid tried to suck it back to her nostrils, and instead of snapping as one would expect, the junction was luckily enough to hold together and form a bridge. Yusa-chan finally seems to have understood her situation. Her face turned pale. She didn't move an inch. No, she couldn't move. For a girl as young as her, seeing her own mucus on a man's wardrobe, especially as such a prestigious young nobleman, my delusion, it must be one part of this is expressed inappropriately. If she's not careful, mucus hime. Muska-chan. She'd inevitably be given such hopelessly immature and cruel nicknames. Kids are always looking for someone or something to laugh at. The weaker the better. As weak as they can find.
これは
As a result of extreme stress. Sorry. Her eyes, desperately holding themselves open, poured out tears. Unacceptable. I can't plant any new traumas in this. The hell? Plant new traumas. It's time for the beautiful white-haired Atlantean prince. I calmly took out my handkerchief faster than the confused girl. First, I covered Yusa's nose with it. A weird voice. After severing the base, I alternated several times between wiping her nose and holding my handkerchief. I then retrieved the mucus bridge and wiped my own uniform. I then returned the handkerchief to my pocket. At least I tried to.
ダメですよ。
Hmm?
そんな汚い。それはダメ。捨てないと。弁償します。
It's fine. I smiled cheerfully. Now, shall we get moving?
だからごめんなさい。
This time, I wiped her tears with my thumb. It's no handkerchief for a cute kohai to get so worked up about. The girl received a big shock. Compensation's fine and all, but you really should be careful not to catch a cold, Yusa-chan. I bumped her head and started walking again. I wonder if he felt so cool about that. Anyway, Yusa-chan was stupefied. Hey, Ojo-san, gakko. She started jogging frantically. Hmm? She was holding my hand. She's red up to her ears and staring at the ground. What a cute reaction for such a little thing. However, I didn't feel that goodwill I'd won from her, with only a single handkerchief was undeserved. But there's no mistaking my brain was rotten enough to think that I wanted to make a strong-willed kid with her die. I should just die already. I wanted to make a strong-willed... What's the whole flashback sequence? Like, the whole flashback sequence is the whole damn scene from the first. I don't know, man. They could have just, reduced it to just like, he thought about the time with Yusa Chan, but like, I don't know. Maybe it helps with it helps with the feeling of things. He's trying to remember stuff, but the way they did it is they just replayed the entire same scene. Anyway, Toko was there, Come to think of it, isn't she always the first to show up here? Ohio? Cold shoulder? You're giving me the cold shoulder? Pantsu.
くどい。
Would you buy my pantsu?
どうして私があなたのパンツを買わないといけないの？
Toko shoved her desk aside as she stood up. You're hot-tempered in the morning. I gave her a thumbs up. She grabbed my thumb and jerked it sharply to one side. Yeah! You moron! What if you broke it? How am I supposed to masturbate now? I'm just glad I didn't lose my whole hand.
話しかけないで。
Did you watch the TV yesterday?
話しかけないで。
You tell me not to talk to you with such a bitter tongue. That just makes me want to talk more. But when I speak to her again, her bitter tongue once more tells me not to talk. Go to the club, okay. Give me a second. I accidentally clicked something that kind of messed up a lot of things. Give me a second. Oh man. I accidentally did something. Let me pause the recording. Okay, I realize it's an hour. I'm gonna end it at this choice. We're gonna continue again tomorrow. I actually still want to read, but I need to get some sleep. So yeah, we're gonna. For sure, I wanna continue reading Rationale, especially we kind of ended up like on a choice. And I'm comparing the choice between what happened the first time around versus like this time around. The last time around it was talk to her, but here it's go to club. But I'm guessing it's because I'm choosing a different route this time around. I mean, I'm using a specific route. Anyway, I'll say this right now. Oh, I already said that. I mean, before the whole thing broke. Anyway, I hope you guys are watching, and I'll see you guys on the next upload. Hopefully tomorrow. I plan to tomorrow. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys. Ciao.